For Nuke 13, we are adding Hydra support into Nuke, and this has enabled us to upgrade Nuke's 3D viewport to use hdStorm. This allows Nuke's viewport to render a higher fidelity representation of the 3D scene, which more accurately represents the output from the scanline render. The Hydra Viewer is on by default in Nuke 13, so you can just start working with it straight away. If you want to switch back to Nuke's old viewer, then you can do so in the Viewer properties, where a renderer dropdown will let you choose between the Hydra Viewer and Nuke's old 3D viewer. Even without any geometry in the scene, you can see a difference in the grid when activating the Hydra Viewer. The new Hydra Viewer should support most of the workflows you are familiar with, moving geometry around in the scene, particle systems, and projection setups should all display correctly with the Hydra Viewer, barring a few known issues that we have noted in the release notes. But the real power of Nuke's new Hydra viewport comes when working with lights and materials in the 3D system. Nuke is now able to display lights, shadows, materials, and textures much more accurately, enabling you to make artistic decisions while working in the 3D viewport, without having to keep flipping back to the scanline render's 2D output. In this example, here we have a 3D scene rendered using Nuke's old 3D viewport, and here we have the same scene rendered through Hydra. You can see a much higher fidelity image with moving shadows and animated textures. Finally, we have the output from the scanline render. And while the Hydra representation is not 100% accurate, it's a much closer representation than we have ever had in Nuke before. Nuke's Hydra Viewer is the first in a series of projects we have planned to update the 3D system, addressing both the performance and user experience. We know that there's a lot to be done, but we believe that Nuke's new viewport is a good first step on this road, and we hope that this will allow you to be more creative and more efficient when working with the 3D system.